Alright, we will now review episode 5 of House of David, The Wolf and the Lion. This episode was directed by Michael Nankin. And like all the other episodes, there is a lot of artistic license in this. So, there's a whole lot more than we get in the Bible. We see Abner and Adriel in Saul's palace talking about politics. And we see the queen, Ahinoam, in her court, talking about how people need distraction, a royal romance. And so in today's episode, we're going to see a whole lot of that, with the theme of how do we make a nation stronger through a political alliance sealed with a marriage. We also see Princess Michal teaching David to read. Queen Ahinoam is quite a plotter in this episode. She's preparing a royal wedding. Her young daughter Merab being married to Adriel, an old man, and this was just part of the way it was done. But of course, none of this is actually in the Bible. It's all fictitious. You also see King Saul's paranoia intensify as he gets ready to unite his kingdom with the tribe of Judah. He remembers how Samuel told him that the kingdom will be taken away from him. So Saul is seeing dangers that aren't really there. There's a nice tender moment where Saul and him are together. Saul gives his wife a nice, expensive necklace, and they're both looking forward to marrying Merab to Adriel. Or so it would appear at this point. So the day comes, everybody's together in the court, and they're preparing to give Merab away to Adriel. And they're all pretty much resigned to the situation, some happy, some surprised, some sad. Saul and Adriel begin to discuss Saul's sickness, his affliction with the evil spirit. And Merab appears to marry one of Adriel's sons. The idea is, even though Adriel is officially getting married to her, she thinks she's going to marry one of his sons. There seems to be that idea, because she's so much younger and he's so much older, and so it's not really clear who she's marrying. Is it his son Jordan, or is it Adriel himself? Probably if it wants to figure another time, I can figure that out. But it doesn't really matter, because again, none of this is part of the biblical story anyway. And David and Michael realize that Michael is to be married next. Just when Michael and David will be ready to hit it off. They've become good friends, they're in the palace, and by the end of this scene, they're holding hands, and it's all very romantic. And there's a feeling of melancholy, like, oh, how sad that even though we found each other, you're going to get married to some stranger next week. After that scene, Joab comes out and takes David by surprise and almost throws him out a window and says, "Stay away from the princess. You're just a shepherd boy." And David defends himself verbally. He doesn't fight back. He dares Joab to drop him and says, "I know that I have a great destiny, Joab." Meanwhile, Ahinoam counsels Michael against romance with David and says, "Oh, daughter, in a year you'll have forgotten all about this shepherd boy David. He's here to play the harp for the king, and that's all. So you're out of his league. You should realize it." Then Adriel prepares to join the house of Saul by marrying Merab. There's this union between the huge tribe of Judah and the little tribe of Benjamin, and these agreed, yes, we'll help each other out. I get to be royalty, and you get all my support. But then Saul's evil spirit enters the picture, portrayed as Agag by the actor Jeremy Zito, and the evil spirit messes everything up. Just as Saul is on the verge of handing over his daughter in marriage, he gets a red reaction thinking maybe Adriel is the one who's going to steal my kingdom. And so his paranoia gets the better of him and he reacts. Not reasonably at all. Saul freaks out and cancels the wedding. Nobody realizes what's going on, but it's obvious that Saul's losing his mind. Then David and Saul have a little chat afterwards. Saul even invites David to try the throne. David says, "Oh no, that throne's for the Lord's anointed. That's you, Saul." But then, after the talk is over, and it's just David in the throne room by himself, he goes ahead and sits on the throne when he thinks nobody's looking. But somebody was. Michal saw him. And that's the whole episode. So again, that little warning that we see at the beginning about the events being not accurately representing all historical biblical facts and figures, I want to multiply that by a factor of 20, because in this episode, there was nothing really that was based directly on the scripture. There was a focus on the tribal blessings of Genesis 49, but already the stage is set for the events of 1 Samuel 17, the David vs. Goliath duel. That could start out at the beginning of the episode or at the end of the episode, and we wouldn't miss anything from the Bible. So that's episode 5. Well acted, well performed. All the sets look good. Things were a little bit dark in some spots, but I encourage you, if you watch this episode, you don't get a whole lot of the Bible other than Genesis 49. So read Genesis 49, a little about the wolf, that's Benjamin, and the lion, that's Judah. And so now we have the stage set for David and Goliath dueling. But we won't get that for a few more episodes. Bye.